Hello, and how are you doing today? It's great to once again have you here. And if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm hoping this discussion or lesson or topic for today will be that interesting that would make you drop some comments, like, and possibly share with your loved ones. We want to be talking about Canada and related institutions to specifically for those that want to move to Canada to study in 2023. So, if you have any plans, if you have any thoughts, if you're already in the process of studying in Canada in 2023, then this video is for you. We are going to be talking about 5 programs that makes absolutely no sense for international students that are going to Canada to study. They don't have any business partaking in these courses, in these programs. And to be fair, I found this information when I was making some research on the internet, and I decided to just put them together and come share with my subscribers, my viewers, just in case you haven't come across this yourself and you're already in the process of making application study processes to Canada. And as you can see, first is if you're the program you are sorting out for, you are trying to go study, you are trying to process, is not registered in any of the designated learning institutions list, you will find it very difficult to get a postgraduate work permit. Now, this is the URL. I believe you can see this clearly. Designated learning institutions list. To apply for a study permit, you need an acceptance letter for a designated learning institution DLI. A DLI is a school approved by a provincial or territorial government to host international students. So it's a prerequisite to getting a work permit. Once you get to this website, I'll put this in the in the video details. You can simply use the URL. Ensure that the school that you are searching for, it can be found in this list. Choose your province, choose the province that you intend going to, and then make a search for the college that you are applying to. If it's not there, then you are making a very big mistake. Now, this is why it's a word of caution, because most persons are using agents, and this agent won't tell you the truth. They will make you waste your funds and your time, and at the end of the day, you won't get work permit, which could lead to you being able to work and stay and possibly get a citizenship in Canada. So this is a very important thing you need to put into your thought process when applying to schools in Canada. Programs or courses that are in schools that are not designated learning institutions are completely a no. Else, you will lose the opportunity to get your work permit. So the question is why just apply for that without putting this into consideration? Number two, programs that are not related to your previous education. For instance, somebody is switching from nursing to business or from marketing to nursing. That's like a entirely complete 360 degree or career switch. And it might be difficult for you to convince your visa officer because they will rightly see through you. The questions they will be asking you might put you off guard because you don't have fundamental knowledge about the field you are trying to venture into. So better still, it's either you already do your postgraduate in Nigeria or wherever, whatever country that you are currently in, so that it's a bit related to where you are going, so that your last degree is not completely different from what you are trying to apply for. This is to avoid getting negative response from your visa application, just to ensure that you are able to maximize all your potentials to get approved visa. Ensure that the course that you are currently applying for, the program that you are currently applying for, has some form of relation, either completely related or in a bit related to what you are intending, not way off. You studied law and now you are applying for medicine in Canada to go and study medicine. There's a likelihood your visa will be denied. You won't get what you need. So please put that into consideration. And number three, programs lower than your completed previous degree or previous programs. Now, what does this mean? You already have a master's degree and you are applying for a graduate course or a certificate course, a 6 month certificate course. Most times, these programs don't even need you to have a study permit. It's just maybe a tourist visa, a short time visa. So it does not align with what you are requesting for or what you are in search for. So make sure it's either you are going for something higher than what you've already achieved, or you have a good explanation of why you want to get the same degree program. But going for something lower would not put you in good light. Would not put you in good light. So that you don't have to um, start looking for cock and bull stories along the line, because you need to be prepared. You need to be prepared. You need to have valid reasons, legit reasons. So, but of course, there are exceptional cases where you might need to do these short courses, but make sure if you were the visa officer, you would even buy into this kind of reasons. If you cannot buy into those kind of reasons, if your colleagues, if you do a mock interview and nobody's buying into those kind of ideas, and or there are multiple questions that are popping up and you are not able to answer them, then imagine what it will be if you actually applied. So first, ensure that all the courses that you're applying for are found on the designated learning institution. Ensure that those colleges in your province or wherever it is are registered. Else, you just be wasting your money and your time. You won't get a work permit. Number two, ensure that your program is not less than what you've already attained, except you have a very concrete reason. Number three, ensure that your program that you apply for it's not completely different from what you have studied before. You cannot have studied maybe nursing and now you are going for fishery. It's completely different. You cannot have studied medicine or law and now you are going for petroleum engineering. You will not even be able to convince yourself. How much more convince someone else? Okay, then programs with limited job opportunities. It's a no-brainer to say, why would you apply for programs where you will not be able to get jobs, so that you don't, because for you to move to Canada, you might be having to sell off some of your things, having to take loans. So if you are taking up a course where you don't have potentials, in fact, you can go to job sites in Canada, look for jobs related to your course and see how much vacancies are out there to give you an insight to your prospect, to the job market there, how likely you are to get a job. If you're not finding job opportunities there, then it's a no-brainer to go for those courses. However, you can actually still apply, because we talked earlier about applying with courses that are aligned with what you studied before. If you've if changing your course would cause you to lose your visa, you could still apply for a similar course. When you get over to Canada, you do a change of program. Though those comes with their own contents and condition, but you're already there. You can interact with your program managers, your counselor, and they will advise you on how to do a change of program course. Because at the end of the day, you must be eligible to work. You must be your new skill must be viable in the market, so that you don't become redundant both where you're coming from and where you've currently found yourself. So put this into consideration so that you don't um, have to be you don't have to be stranded during your program. Okay. So these are some of the things you need to put into consideration. Draw up a blueprint, step-by-step blueprint on how you want to make this application progress, and ensure that you don't fall into the trap of making mistakes around all that we have mentioned today. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and make sure you share this information with as many persons that you can.